Hey guys, we're going to go ahead and work through those three problems together, just in case you needed a little extra help. Go ahead and get my pen out of here. Okay, so let's look at the first problem. We have Shelly did 14 cartwheels during recess. Kim did 20 cartwheels during recess. How many more cartwheels did Kim do than Shelly? Solve using a tape diagram. Okay, so we know that our tape diagram, we know on one side, let's go ahead and draw Kim's tape diagram, or Shelly, I mean. So we could label it with an S for Shelly, and then write 14 in the center, looking something like this. Then the double tape diagram that you would add underneath, you would write a K for Kim. Do your same tape diagram. Label one side as 14 to represent Shelly. Label the whole thing as a 20 for Kim, leaving us with what we normally see in our tape diagram where we're comparing the two numbers. Now let's go ahead and think of some number sentences. You could do a subtraction, which would look 20 minus 14 equals a mystery box. Or if it works better in your brain, you could also do 14 plus a mystery box equals 20. It all depends really on how you see your tens. If you like to count up to get to the next 10, or if you like to count down to get to the next 10, it's really up to whatever your brain, however your brain works really. So let's go ahead. I like to count on and get myself up to the next 10. So going from 14 up to 20, I know I have to think to myself, what number plus 4 gives me a 10, which would be 6, right? So if I did add in your 14 plus 6, that would get me to 20. I can use my pink pen to plug in. Okay? Or if you think in reverse, you tell yourself 20. If you do 10 minus 4, what does that equal? That equals 6. So then your solution problem would say, Kim did 6 more cartwheels than Shelly. So then your problem should look something like this. I hope you guys can see that. Okay, let's go ahead and let's do the next problem together. Okay, let me read that problem. Fran donated 11 books to the library. Danny donated 8 books to the library. How many more books did Fran donate than Danny? So using the tape diagram, so again, let's go ahead, let's do Danny's first. So let's do a D, and then our tape diagram structure, and we know that he donated 8, so I'm going to write the number 8 actually. Then let's go ahead and do the double diagram, and that one was Fran, so let's go ahead and label F for Fran, and then complete the tape diagram. So we know, and then so we would do 8, question mark, because we don't know how many more we need to get to 11, and then a total of 11. So this is what we should look like so far. And then let's go ahead and think of our number sentences. And again, you could do it two ways. You could do 8 plus a mystery box equals 11. Or if you want to do subtraction, you could do 11 minus 8 equals a mystery box. Let's go ahead and solve. So, trying to get ourselves up to a 10, we know 8 plus 2 equals 10, plus 1 more would give us 11. So then the 2 plus the 1 equals 3. And let's go ahead and double check our math. So we know 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. Next, if you want to do the subtraction sentence 11 minus 8, then you could think to yourself, do 10 minus 8, and that gives you 2. And if you want to do 11 minus 10, that gives you 1. And then you add those two together. 2 plus 1 equals 3. So then our sentence would be, Fran donated 3 more books than Danny. Okay, and then your problem should look something like this for problem 2. Okay, and then the last problem together. During recess, 7 students were reading books. There were 17 total students playing on the playground. How many fewer students were reading books than on the playground? So for this one, I'm going to do my first tape diagram again. We're going to write 7, and I'm going to put an R for reading, because that signifies how many students were reading on the playground. And then our next tape diagram, I'm going to write S for total students, and there were 17 total students. Okay, so for this one, you could do 17 minus 7 equals a mystery box. Or if you wanted to, you could do 7 plus mystery box equals 17. So let's think to ourselves, if we're going to do a counting on strategy, we're going from 7 to 17. You notice that there's still a 7 in the ones place, so all they're doing is adding a 10. So we know 7 plus 10 equals 17. And again, if you're doing a subtraction problem, oops, I forgot to switch to my pink pen. And then in subtraction, again, a 7 is in the ones place, and you're taking away 7 ones. So if you have 17 minus take away 7 ones, that still leaves you with 10. Okay, so then so far your problem should look something like this. And then your final solution sentence will say 10 fewer students were reading on the playground. So this is what your final page should look like, something like this. And I hope you guys found this helpful, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!